Welcome back to Clear Cut. I'm Michelle Makori. Some call it magic of the mind. Mentalist Oz Pearlman is now bringing his talents to New York City. He's wowing tourists, locals, and icons with his impressive mind games in a new show called Oz Knows. Here's a sneak peek.
Think of a number between 1 and 100. I already know it.
I read people. That's what I'm doing.
My name is Oz Pearlman, and I'm not a magician. I'm a mentalist. That's magic of the mind.
What?
I want you to think of a person, somebody famous, a man, a woman. There's something there, a circle, a clock, Flavor Flav? Cole Sprouse.
Oh my God.
Only person ever to think I want to meet Flavor Flav.
Pretty damn good, man.
And mentalist Oz Pearlman joins us now live in studio. Oz, I'm so excited to have you with us.
Thanks for
Welcome
having me,
to the
Michelle.
show. And a big congratulations on your new show.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
I'm super excited. I've been a big fan of yours since America's Got Talent.
Appreciate it.
Now, for people that don't know exactly what a mentalist is, explain what is it? You read minds, you influence minds, or is that just a fancy term for magician?
Both. So it's not different than a magician. Most people that are mentalists started out as a magician because it's kind of the same foundation. Think if you become a doctor, you probably did pre-med. And if you're a surgeon, you probably were a doctor first. It's a specialty.
Right.
So instead of me needing cards and birds, I don't really use props. The props are my brain and your brain. I've analyzed the way people think, the way they behave, the way their body language tells things in a nonverbal manner. I've studied the way people make decisions.
Okay.
It's kind of like marketing, but with fooling you.
Okay. Whilst I'm a big fan, I'm also a little bit of a skeptic.
Me too. I'm the biggest skeptic.
The journalist in me. So in the name of science and in the name of entertainment, I will donate my brain or my mind to you for the next couple of minutes and show us.
The challenge, right, when you're doing a show, and on TV, honestly, when you're the viewer right now at home watching, is making it believable, because the easiest solution is we're in on it. Now, you know you're a skeptic. You know you're not in on this. But genuine reactions, that's what the show is all about. We approach people in all different everyday environments, and you see them shocked. Now, let's say right now, this moment, I ask you to think of somewhere you've traveled to, Michelle. Anywhere in the world, this might have been for fun, this might have been for business. Can you right now just focus on a city or a country that you've been to before? Right now, can you think of it?
That I've already been to.
Please, that you've
Yes.
already been to, that you can, memory comes up. You can do that.
Right.
Now, it seems impossible, right? You didn't write this down anywhere. You didn't post this on Twitter. You just thought of it right this second. Is that true?
True.
You could swear.
I can swear
But
that.
here's the problem. The skeptic in you should think about it. I just mentioned Twitter. What if you posted about this before? It's so easy to find information about people now. So I want you to change your mind. I want you to imagine that you are making a list of places you've never been to.
Okay.
The future, that's harder to know than the past. You just had the guy about the markets on. So let's
We're
say you
going to
make
get
a
your
list.
take on the markets
We
in a
better.
bit.
So you make the #1 place you want to go to, right? And then you go, that's easy. And then you maybe make the second place that you'd love to go to. Can you picture yourself doing this deja vu? And then you think of a third place right now that you'd love to go to. Can you do that?
Right. I got my top 3.
Okay, now stop. On the first one, I saw you smile a little. I saw it wistful. Then you went down to #2, and then 3 you debated. Go back to #2. I'm always interested in the silver medal. What got the silver medal? Don't say it. Think of a country or city. It's a country, am I correct?
It is.
It is. Think of the first letter. Think of the last letter. Now, the last letter, you didn't mean to do it, but when you go like this, it's either a D or a T. It's one of those 2 letters. Am I correct? Egypt. You're thinking of Egypt, aren't you?
Honestly, that is amazing. That is very impressive. Because Egypt, because of the pyramids, has been on my travel list, but because of safety concerns, I haven't quite made it
You
yet.
haven't been there. And look,
But I've always been curious about those great pyramids.
you know that you didn't, there's no way we could know. Change your mind 3 times. Let's say you're in Egypt, and we'll paint a portrait, because all my show is about kind of having fun with the audience, going places where we don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in my show, honestly. It's kind of like playing jazz. You're in Egypt. Suddenly you bump into somebody, you can't believe this. Somebody famous you've always wanted to meet. Look at that smile and laugh. Can you picture this person's face that you would love to meet? Can you see his or her face right now? Now, you didn't mean to do it, but you looked up. Now, it's not a gender normative thing, but when you look up like that a lot of time, it's somebody taller. I think it's a guy. Am I correct?
It is a guy. I think he's taller.
I don't know if he is,
Depends if I'm wearing heels or not, but I'm going to go with taller.
Eye to eye. And you're intrigued by a lot of things. The journalist in you wouldn't want to meet a movie star. Musician, too fickle. I think you wanted deep thoughts. If you don't mind, I'm going to write this down because I don't want people to just acquiesce. When I said Egypt, maybe you played along. You licked your lips. I got the first name and I got the last name.
I bet my executive producer knows who this person is because he knows me, but you don't.
He doesn't. I bet you he doesn't.
I bet he's waiting to see what the song
Close your eyes, please. Don't open them. Please don't open them. I'm just going to show the camera. Let's see which one's going in. Eyes closed, eyes closed,
eyes closed. Eyes are closed.
Open your eyes. Who did you open your eyes, bump into as you walked out of the pyramid? Whose face were you visualizing? Tell me his name.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And I'm hearing them laughing in the control room because they know that that's true.
That is true.
However, that is somewhere, if you did do your research, which I don't believe you did, that is somewhere in Facebook mentioned many years ago, 10 years ago, that I thought he was sexy. But that's not to say that it's who I'd like to bump into on my little Egyptian trip.
Maybe you wouldn't meet him in Egypt. Maybe you'd see him when you travel to your favorite place, Thailand.
Thailand was top of the list.
Top of the list.
That's very impressive. But I'd like to have him here in Times Square.
In Times Square. Let's bring him right here.
That's what I would like.
Reuters building. Let's get you, Mitt.
That is unbelievable.
Well, thank you.
So how do you do that? I mean, how?
That's the million-dollar question, right? It's like not as good for my job security to tip that. Honestly,
I would imagine not.
It's over 22 years of practice. So what makes this such a unique craft and why there's so few people that really do it, because you've seen a lot of magicians, I assume. People haven't seen a lot of mentalists because it's a steep learning curve. You get it wrong a lot before you get it right. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and it's interesting that you mentioned job security because I know that you worked at Merrill Lynch, and you were doing this because I did my research. Yep. And you were doing this as your side gig.
I was.
And your full-time job was working there in technology, and you performed for the James Gorman, who's now the CEO of Morgan Stanley.
Absolutely.
He was at Merrill at the time, and he said to you, you should quit your day job.
He goes, what are you doing working here? And I went, the top dog, second in command is going, what are you doing working here? And it clicked. There's always a moment that has a switch in your brain where you believe something that you don't believe is attainable until somebody kind of gives you that push. And when that person at that level says that to me, it was kind of the initiative. And I think it was about 2 months later that I put in my notice and said, I'm going to go for it. And it was a few years where slim pickings, you have to work your way up. But
it's unbelievable that someone gives you advice. You know what? You should quit your day job. So very quickly, we've got like about 60 seconds left. Do you have any other magical demonstrations?
I got to leave you wanting more. I got to keep you on the tip of your seat so you watch the show.
All right, but we want to watch the show. It's launching on NBC next week.
It's airing NBC nationally, so all across the country. If you can stay up late, it's going to be on after Saturday Night Live. I believe Amy Schumer is hosting, so it's going to be a great SNL, and then I'm on afterwards. It's called First Look Presents. It's the show that normally is that hour, and they present Oz Knows, and I assure you it's like Anthony Bourdain meets The Mentalist, meets Dirty Jobs, meets Undercover Boss. We go all over New York. We were right out here in Times Square reading people's minds. They don't know who I am. We went to Wall Street. I went up to strangers and had them swipe their ATM card, look them in the eye, and typed in their codes.
That could be very useful information.
I'm telling you, you are going to enjoy yourself when you see the show.
I'm very confident of that. We loved having you with us. You're welcome back anytime. Thank you so much. Oz
Thank you very much.
Really fantastic having you with us. All right.